Okay. Sorry
Kamusta naman?
guys, late ako kasi nagluto pa ako sa bahay.
Sorry po.
All good lang po.
Pero thank you po
Sorry.
sa time po.
Yeah, anytime.
Ito nga po pala yung mga classmate ko and kagrupo sa college. Pwede na po. Ready na po ba?
Mm-hmm.
So, alright, let's start. Good evening, Miss Kyla. It's such a pleasure to have you here with us today. We really appreciate you taking time out of your schedule to join us. We're first year tech transfer students from CIIT College of Arts and Technology. And this interview is actually part of our midterm project for self-development and goal setting under Miss Charlene Galero. And we're genuinely excited to hear about your journey, your experiences in tech, the challenges you have faced, and how you have grown along the way. Before we jump in, Miss Kyla, with your permission, would it be okay if we record this session and take a quick group photo after?
Okay, sure.
Thank you so much, Miss Kyla. Really appreciate it. Before we begin, we would love to introduce ourselves. I will go first. I'm Rom James Kuya. You can call me Rom, a computer science student specializing in AI and cloud computing. I'm your future AI engineer and tech founder, and I will be your host for today's session.
Good evening, Ms. Kyla. My name is Ray Credo, taking the BSEMC course in CIIT College of Arts and Technology, in which I specialize in game programming. For tonight, I will be asking you a few questions about your career journey.
Hello, Miss Kyla. I'm Christian Leonard de Guzman. You can call me Ian. Taking the same course as Rome, BSCS, specializing in AI and cloud computing. Personally, I'm very interested to hear about your experiences and insights in tech po.
Good evening, Ms. Kyla. I'm Gino Habayan, also a computer science student specializing in artificial intelligence and cloud computing. I'll be focusing on the technical side of your work later in the interview.
All right, that's awesome, guys. Once again, thank you for being here with us, Miss Kyla. And we're really excited to get started. Are you ready na po ba? So our
Sige.
interview and question. All right, thank you, Miss Kyla.
I'll be candid na lang ha.
Sure, okay lang. Thank you so much po. So let's begin with our first question with Ray, our first interviewer.
Hello po. As I mentioned before, my questions will mostly be about your career background and your humble beginnings in general. So, to start things off po, Ms. Kyla, could you please tell us a bit about yourself and the work that you do? If you also can, would you be so kind to mention your company as well po? Maybe a walkthrough po of your current role and what a typical day looks like for you. Your position title perhaps?
So, I'm Kyla Nadine Rakedan again. So, you can call me Kyla, pero sa office namin, ang tawag sa akin is Nads kasi may ibang Kyla dun sa company namin. So, para lang din mas kilala namin, mas madali makilala yung isa't isa, kailangan meron kaming nickname doon na unique or sa amin lang. And also, ang trabaho ko is software QA engineer. Basically, nagtetest ako ng software na gawa ng developer, and ang hawak ko is mga web application. So, yung mga websites namin, ako yung nag-handle nun. So, day to day, usually meeting, mag-stand up muna to check or to align sa kung ano yung priority that day. And then after stand up, we will do our thing na. So, usually ang ginagawa namin doon is agile yung system. So, ibig sabihin, pagka may product na binigay na sa amin for testing, itetest namin yun. And then, right after matest, pag may nakita na agad na issue, ibabalik agad namin sa dev para ma-fix nila yung problem. So usually, nangyayari yun sa agile na system or management sa office. And also, yun lang, yun yung usually namin ginagawa. Nagtetest talaga. Ang mga tinetest ko talaga is web. Tapos, merong 3 types of web sa amin. So, merong streamer, merong standard, tsaka may classic. So, yung classic, yun yung pinakaunang version ng web ng company namin. Hindi ko na lang masyado i-disclose kasi ano siya, nasa contract din namin kung na hindi siya pwede i-disclose kung ano siya. Pero, basically, yung company namin is Technistock Philippines Inc. Ang ginagawa namin na website is stocks para sa broker. So, halimbawa gusto mong mag trade ng stocks. Yun, gagamitin mo yung website namin. Pwede mo siyang gamitin para makapag-trade ka. So, nakakuha, yung data namin is Philippine Stock Exchange. So, yun yung mga pwede nyong malaman. And, ayun nga, so, may 3 kaming system na web application, classic, standard, and streamer. Classic is, kaya 3 kasi, syempre, meron tayong mga, parang halimbawa sa Canva, yung premium na mga type ng system. So, si streamer yung pinaka-premium namin na product. Kaya, yun. So, mas madami siyang feature kaysa kay Classic. So, basically, ayun lang siya.
That's very great po. Very interesting po. What made you decide to apply for such a position po? Was it something you've always wanted to pursue or just an opportunity along the way?
Actually, hindi ko siya in-expect na ipapursue ko kasi nung una talaga, naisip ko, parang ang career lang talaga na pwede sa akin is web developer. So, hindi naman kasi masyadong naririnig kapag nasa school ka na, mag-QA ka. Hindi siya masyado common. Usually, kapag kunyari, BS Comsci, ang automatic mong may isip is, developer to. Ganun. So, kaya ako nag-decide na i-accept din to kasi yung una kong job is teaching. And basically, teaching web development. And, syempre, di ba, pagka teaching ka, bukod sa alam mo yung yung tinuturo mo, ikaw din nag-check ng ginagawa ng mga students mo, ng mga system nila. So, parang from there, meron akong trait pala as a QA. And nung in-offer lang siya ng colleague, ng batchmate ko dati. Tapos, parang sabi ko, sige, I'll try it kung kaya or kung qualified ako. And, ayun, qualified naman. And, surprisingly, gusto ko talaga siya gawin. Kasi, hindi ko rin gusto yung pag-web dev. For me, it's too intimidating. Kaya nung nakita ko na, pwede pala akong nasa software development pa rin na hindi ako developer. So, ayun. Kaya ko siya ginrab talaga. And also, yung benefits din kasi ng company. Kaya din ako lumipat. Yan.
I see. Here to tell you right now po, that is very inspiring po. Because it takes such a courage po to actually go for something to know your limits po. But hey, it all worked well naman po, right?
Yeah.
So, let's go back a bit po to your early years for now. What were some of the challenges you faced as a fresh graduate? Like, did you encounter the same challenges when you switched jobs?
Actually, number 1 challenge ko as a fresh graduate is bunga rin kasi ako ng pandemic. So, before pandemic started, I was an OJT sa MFI. Teacher, parang assistant teacher or pwede ring tech, ganyan. So, random lang yung job ko noon dati kasi OJT nga ako. And then, nag-pandemic siya. Last few months na lang ako sa OJT. So, biglang nag-pandemic, biglang nag-lockdown. So, grabe yung challenge talaga as a fresh grad. Kasi, ang nasa isip ko nun, paano ako mag-a-apply? Kasi nga, hindi pwede lumabas, walang vaccine. So, di mo sure kung ano yung nangyayari talaga. Tas, bago lang yung work from home set up. And, hindi ko rin alam kasi wala naman sa family ko na naka-work from home. Lahat sila is on-site. So, dad ko IT siya, pero on-site siya. And, syempre, ang mindset ko nun, hala, paano na ako mag-apply ng job that time? So, natenga ako or na-stuck ako for like, how many months? 6 months before I landed the job again sa MFI. Which yun din yung pinag-OJT-an ko. Kaya din ako nag-land doon is kinontak ako nung manager ko nung nag-OJT. So, luckily, in-offer sa akin yung job na kung pwede daw ba ako mag-apply sa kanila as employee na talaga, hindi na OJT. Tapos, kung na-encounter ko yung same challenges when I switch job, I think hindi. Mas madali yung nag-switch ako ng job kaysa yung experience ko as a fresh grad. Kasi nung fresh grad ako, yun nga, dahil nga sa pandemic, lalo siyang humirap. Kasi 'di ba, madali na lang sana yung pagiging fresh grad kung open lahat eh. Kasi madaming hiring, pwede ka pumunta kung saan, you can go anywhere. Pero kasi nung time ko, ayun nga, strict talaga, as in, kailangan may vaccine ka. At that time, parang nagka-vaccine na 2021? Like 2021. So, I think kung hindi talaga ako kinontak nung dati kong manager sa first job ko, I think matagal akong magkaka-job. So, yun siya. Tapos yung pag-switch kasi madali lang eh. Kasi nga open na and may vaccine na ako nun. So, tapos in-offer pa sa akin yung opportunity na yun. Kaya mas madali akong nakapag-apply sa kanila. So, di ako nahirapan talaga.
Wonderful po. I am honored po to have heard such insightful thoughts from you, Miss Kyla. Thank you very much. Now, please allow us po to dive a bit deeper into your journey naman.
Okay.
And I will now hand it over to Ian to cover such topics. Thank you again po, Miss Kyla.
Ayun, thanks, Ray. Hello again, Miss Kyla. And then, grabe nga yun, no, na yung saktong pag-graduate mo, biglang magpa-pandemic, nakakagulat talaga yung transition from there. Alright, so mag-move on po tayo dito sa part ka naman po. We will now be talking about your skills and career growth. Earlier, you mentioned some of the challenges you faced nga po. I'm curious to know, what were the skills you realized you lacked when you first started working?
So, I think dahil nga I came from teaching, so hindi ganun ka-hone yung skills ko sa pagte-testing. So, hindi ko alam yung system, hindi ko alam yung mga tinatawag na API testing, yung agile methodology, hindi ko rin siya alam. So, I really started from the start talaga, talagang scratch yung QA journey ko. Pero, maganda rin yung learning ko doon kasi nga may mga nag-guide naman. So, yung pinaka-challenging is I think yung tools familiarity. Kasi nga, 'di ba, bagong job, so may bago mga stuff na kailangan aralin. So, pinaka-challenging I think yung API testing tsaka yung automation testing. Yung automation testing kasi ano siya eh, mag-script ka, gagawa ka ng script para yung testing mo mas mabilis na lang. So parang dun ako medyo, I think mga 1 year ko din siyang inaral bago ko siya nakuha. And then, kaya din ako parang hinire kasi gusto nila merong may mag-aral na automation for the company kasi nag-start silang mag-manual testing lang. So manual testing, literal na ano lang talaga, from login to kung anong features, yun yung ginagawa nila. Eh, di ba mas pagka malaki na yung feature mo, mahirap nang mag-test. So, ayun, yun yung challenge sa akin ng manager ko. Mag-aral ako ng automation testing. So, yun yung pinaka-challenging, pag-aaral automation testing. Kasi walang nagturo sa akin nun sa kanila. Parang di nila ako tinuruan nun eh, kasi nga, wala din sila idea. So, ang nangyari, is, nag-aral ako ng automation testing, and then after na maging successful yung pag-aaral ko nun, tsaka ko siya tinuro sa mga kasama ko. So, parang yun yung nangyari sa kanya. Yun yung pinaka.
So, parang nag-spend time pa po kayo ng
Yeah.
self-learning for that.
Yeah.
Since ikaw lang yung, ikaw yung inassign doon to learn about it. I see. That's really, naman to hear. Like, even kahit nag-work ka na, you're still learning.
Yeah, actually, important talaga siya. I think, being an IT, hindi siya nag-end sa school. So, kahit graduate kayo, talagang kailangan nyo talaga mag-aaral.
That's very fun na hindi sa college lang nagsastop yung pag-aaral. Alright. So, it's encouraging to hear how those experiences nakapag-shape sa'yo. And then, dahil doon nakatulong yun sa growth mo throughout your career. And then, since we're speaking of growth, what could you say is your biggest accomplishment so far, whether in your current job or throughout your career po?
I think yung mismong automation testing, kino-consider ko siya na accomplishment talaga. Kasi, imagine na bago ka and then you learn something and you kinda teach also the other staff na nandun na mas nauna pa sa'yo. So, yung parang satisfaction na, grabe, ako pa yung nakapagturo sa kanila ng automation testing. Tsaka ako rin yung parang technically ako yung nag-start ng automation testing sa company namin. So parang maganda talaga siya na na parang kino-consider ko talaga siya achievement talaga. As in.
Kahit ako po kung ganun na
Diba?
first time na napunta sa work and then ikaw pa yung bago, tas biglang yung part mo is very big thing sa company, especially when it comes to development, since very critical yan in the process of of development. That's very amazing po. Kahit sa akin, ako magiging proud ako doon. Now, looking ahead, may mga career goals po ba kayo or future plans? Tapos, paano nyo po plan i-achieve po yung mga yon?
Yeah, actually, ini-aim ko mag-school ulit para, kasi ang course ko is 2 years lang. So, I think bala ko ETIAP, yung 1 year na lang na study para magkaroon ng BS degree. So, kasi in reality talaga, mas mahirap yung trabaho mo sa career plans mo kapag 2 years lang yung course mo. Kahit anong, ewan ko kahit anong skills na meron ka, usually yung ibang company, naghahanap talaga sila ng 4-year course. So for me, while habang nandito ako sa job ko ngayon, kasi very, din sila, supportive sa pag-aaral. So, take time ko din yun para mag-study. Inaantay ko lang 5 years yung experience ko para makapag-apply ako sa ETIAP. Kasi yung ETIAP, required siya na may 5 years work experience ka. Tapos, 5 years. Tapos, pagka qualified ka na doon, pwede ka na mag-aaral ng 1 year lang. Tapos, graduation na agad for BS degree. So, yun yung plans ko. And also, medyo nangangarap na sana makapag-work din abroad. 'Di ba? So, yun. I think, yun yung mga plan ko para parang mas okay na makapag-aral ka muna ng bachelor's degree and then yung skills ko dito sa company ko ma-hone ko lalo para kapag gusto ko mag-work sa abroad, madali na lang. So, yun yung balak ko.
That's very resourceful po. It's actually my first time hearing sa ETIAP. I didn't know na may ganyang option pala that exists
Yeah.
here in the Philippines. And then, actually, it's very surprising po na 2-year course and your position right now is very good. And then, like yung sa company nyo, kasi para sa amin na mga fresh student, syempre very intimidating especially sa
Yeah.
current job market ngayon ng computer science is very competitive daw. And
Super.
then, syempre nakakakaba, baka yung company na mapuntahan mo is not that good and baka inaasahan na nila lahat sa'yo, ganon. And then like, it's very heartwarming na makarinig that there are companies na very supportive for their employees. Alright, that's all naman sa akin, Ms. Kyla. I'll now hand it over to Gino who'll focus more on the technical side of things. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ian. Hi again, Miss Kyla. Also, as someone who's interested in tech and also heard of ETF before. When you encounter a tough technical issue like debugging or troubleshooting something unexpected, what's your usual process for solving?
So, dahil nga hindi ako dev, ako'y QA. So, when I got stuck, I usually go to my developer. Talaga. So, ano lang yan parang, magtitiwala ka lang din talaga sa dev mo na mafi-fix niya yung problem. Kasi, once you pointed it out naman usually ang ginagawa ko is, I'll make sure na ma-replicate niya muna yung na-experience ko na issue. Kasi kapag di niya na-replicate, doon na nagkakaroon ng clash. Kasi nga, syempre, sabihin ng dev, di ko ma-replicate, gumagana sa akin. So, minsan may ganun. Oo, may ganun. So, pag ganun yung sinabi nila, I'll make sure my environment, yung environment ng software ko is okay talaga. So, I will talk to my other colleague na QA din na, sir, pacheck naman kung gumagana din sa'yo to kasi hindi gumagana sa akin kasabi ng dev ko, working daw sa kanila. So, check niya. Ngayon, pag hindi rin gumagana dun sa isa kong QA din na friend, babalik na ulit talaga kami sa dev na tas mag-uusap lang kami, communication lang talaga, and then usually pinapakita ko na talaga na magkasama kami or magka-video call para makita niya kung paano ko napapalabas yung issue. So, usually ganun. So, number 1 talaga is to communicate to your fellow developer kung ano yung problem. Kasi sa company, hindi mo dapat parang inaasa sa sarili mo lahat. Kasi kaya ka nga may ka-team, unless ikaw lang mag-isa, syempre. ChatGPT ang ano mo dyan talaga katulong kung ikaw lang mag-isa. And wala namang masama sa ChatGPT kasi parang maganda rin na magtanong sa kanya. Minsan may mali siya pero alam mo yun. Anyway, so ganun lang. Kapag may team ka, so ask for help. Kasi hindi naman porket na-stuck ka dyan, ay ikaw lang gagawa niyan. Kung na-stuck ka, ask lang sa mga ka-team.
Yes po. Thank you po, ma'am. Mga po, communication. Nung isang din.
Yeah.
And speaking of challenges, can you also share paano niyo po na-handle mga unexpected situations like sudden deadlines or sudden changes?
Actually, yung mga sudden deadlines na yan, very sensitive sa amin yan as a QA kasi parang sa management na siya. Kumbaga, di din namin hinahayaan kasi na basta may deadline lang. Kasi parang ang mindset namin, dapat meron pa ring allotted time. So, hindi, pagka ganyan na may hard deadline, dapat mga 1 week prior, tsaka nila sabihin sa amin na ito yung deadline yan. So, dapat 5 days before, ganun. Pero kung sakali nga na may hard deadline, and hindi yun nakuha, kasi syempre, unti lang yung time, biglaan lang eh. We will actually communicate to them sa project manager namin na this is how what it is, parang ito yung nangyari. So, we could, hindi naman natin to mabibigay ng bug. Syempre, nakakaya naman kung ibibigay mo na may issue yon. So, kung maliit lang na update, madali lang, kaya yan biglaan. Pero kapag halimbawa big siya na feature, as in yung bago tapos malaki, hindi siya pwede na biglaan talaga. Kahit sabihin nila na hard deadline or sudden yung deadline, talagang we have to communicate to them na ma'am, ito po yun. Kapag binigay po natin to na may issue, tayo lang din po yung mapapahiya, and also yung company yung mapapahiya. So, ganun po.
Thank you po, ma'am, for the answers. Yes, communication po talaga is key,
Yeah.
especially sa technical part. That's all from my part. Thank you again, ma'am. I'll turn it to our host, Ron.
Thank you, Gino. Miss Kyla, hearing your journey really opened our eyes to how diverse and dynamic the tech world can be.
Yeah.
Actually, ang dami po namin natutunan. Like yung ganap sa workplace talaga. Dahil yung mga ma-encounter. Tapos, ang ganda po nung sinabi niyo po na hindi sa school natatapos yung learn. Hindi talaga. So, napakaganda po. No? Then, actually, relate ako sa 2 years course na yun. Tapos mag-aaral ulit. Ayun. Then, actually, may question na hindi natanong si Gino. Ano po yung tools, habits, or routines na ginagawa nyo po para stay productive and ma-prevent yung pagiging overwhelmed?
Ulit po, medyo choppy lang.
Hello, I'm sorry.
Okay
What
lang.
tools, habits, or routines help you stay productive and prevent you from being overwhelmed?
Yung last part lang, di ko narinig.
Routines, habits na magstay ka po sa pagiging productive and ma-prevent yung pagiging overwhelmed.
Okay. So, getting overwhelmed is a natural thing, and I think nape-prevent ko siya kasi meron din akong life outside my work. So, I make it time to exercise, to do other stuff other than my work because I'm not my work. So, alam mo yun? So, parang hindi ikaw yung trabaho mo. So, meron ka pang ibang pwedeng gawin outside your work. So, ako, ang ginagawa ko is usually kapag wala namang urgent or hindi naman heavy yung kailangan tapusin, hindi ako nag-OT. Hindi ako nag-overtime talaga. Pag kailangan na kailangan lang, tsaka ako nag-overtime. Kasi talking to your family, having dinner with them, it's very important. Kasi syempre, parang sila yung parang sila yung parang dahilan din kaya ka nag-work. So, kung hindi ka healthy while working, mahihirapan ka. So, for me, ayun lang, nag-workout ako, nakikipag-bonding ako sa family ko. I also do other stuff, like I love cooking. So, di lang ako basta nag-QA lang. So, meron din ako ibang mga hobbies. Yun yung talagang it keep me sane. Ganun nga.
Thank you po, Miss Kyla. Ang tama nga naman, di ba guys? Kailangan di lang tayo mag-focus sa
Yeah, pero actually, merong ibang tao talaga, code is code. Like my partner, siya talaga, kapag nasa era siya gusto niya ng career growth, talagang career growth. As in, siya lang yung nakita ko na nag-aaral talaga on a weekend ng coding. Ganong level. So, may ganong mga tao na, may ganong mga developer na talagang kapag aral, pag gusto nila ng panibagong tech stack na tinatawag, kunyari gusto nila matutunan yung ibang mga programming language, talagang yun lang yung gagawin nila. Matapos man yung shift ng work nila, after nun, ang hobby nila mag-aral ng code. So may mga ganun. So iba-iba. Depende naman din yun sa'yo sa kung paano mo kilala yung sarili mo. So anything will do.
Correct po. Thank you so much po, Miss Kyla. Kami po as a student, do you have any advice to us?
Siguro, dahil nandito na rin kayo sa IT, nandito na rin kayo sa IT, kung ano man yung ma-discover nyo sa work stuff, mag-open lang kayo kasi yan yung pinaka maganda na time na maging curious. Kasi nagsisimula pa lang kayo wala pa kayo talagang pinaka niche or yung pinaka gusto gawin. So kung alam niyo sa sarili niyo na gusto niyo talaga mag-web dev, i-grab niyo talaga yung opportunity. Tas ang tip ko talaga sa inyo is lagi kayong maging curious sa kung anong bago sa career, ano bang bago ngayon sa industry kasi mabilis magbago yung tech ngayon. Kaya din yung sinabi kanina ni Ian na competitive yung market, super competitive yung market ngayon. Kasi yung mga iba kong kakilala na ngayong year yung mga iba kong friend na IT na naghanap ng job, nagsimula sila maghanap February, nakalipat sila October na or September na. Ganun ka-wild. And also, another tip is gawa kayo ng portfolio nyo. Gumawa kayo ng portfolio nyo talaga. Yan yung isa sa mga magpapabilis. Kung web dev talaga kayo, portfolio is the key. Talagang yun yung pinaka bonus sa mga hiring managers. Pag nakita nila na, ay, kaya niya gumawa ng website from scratch. Yan, usually yan. Pero kung yung iba kasi, syempre, lahat naman may iba-ibang choice. So, hindi lang naman web developer ang meron sa IT. May QA, may tech. So, yun. Hindi lang naman natitigil sa pagiging developer pag comsci ka.
Thank you, Miss Kyla. So, talaga na never stop learning.
Yeah, never stop learning. Aral lang. Syempre, minsan nakakapagod mag-aral kasi ako din naman. Kaya nga din, dapat balance lang. So, kung mag-aaral kayo, dapat make it a time na meron din kayong hobby, like you play games, you play stuff, mag-basketball, mag-gym, ganyan. So, yun.
Correct, para hindi rin ma-burn out. Thank you so much, Miss Kyla. Siguro ito na yung pinaka-last na question. Baka lang may matutunan po kami dito. Like, if you have a message to your younger self?
I think my message to my younger self is that I thank her for not stopping or not giving up. Kasi nung time talaga ng pandemic, it's really hard. Kasi hindi mo alam kung anong meron, anong nangyayari. Kasi wala ka ding susundan . So yeah, for not giving up, for really trying hard to find another job. Kasi ang hirap nung time din nun na, di ba, from teaching, so hindi ko alam kung, pwede ba ako sa ibang career. So yun, I really thank her for not giving up and for really pushing herself. So yun po.
Thank you so much, Miss Kyla.
Thank you, guys.
That's really inspiring. Thank you for being so open and genuine with your answers. Thank you so much. Guys, baka may kayo? Baka lang may
tanong kayo or anything. May tanong pa ba kayo? Okay lang kahit wala, guys. Okay lang din kung meron.
Okay. So, wala Wala naman na nag-unmute, so I think yun na ang lahat.
Okay,
Once
sorry
again-
talaga, late ako. Nawala talaga sa isip ko. Kasi nga nagluto ako tapos kumakain. Sorry.
Okay lang po. Thank you so much.
Okay lang,
po.
Miss Kyla.
Pwede po ba mag-ano po tayo? Group
Kasi,
picture.
okay.
Punta tayo sa page 1. Yeah. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Wala, nawala ulit po. Sorry. 1, 2, 3. Another one po, last one. 1, 2, 3.
Okay na?
Sorry po kasi ang bagal na. sorry. So, ayun po,
Okay lang.
once again, thank you so much, Miss Kyla. We wish you continued success in everything you do.
Yeah, kayo din. Galingan nyo.
Yes po. Hopefully, we will cross paths again, and who knows, maybe one day we will get to work alongside you in the tech world. Thank you so much, Miss Kyla. Take care, and we hope you have a great
Thank you,
night.
RJ, Gino, and Ian, and Gray.
Thank you so
po.
much, Miss Kyla.
Bye-bye.
Take care
Bye-bye
po.
po.
Thank you rin po.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Nice meeting you all.
Thank you, Miss. Kinabahan lang ko. Di naman pagalit yung ano ko. Nag-recording.